Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Legion Outpost. Today, we're going to be talking a bit about droids, or CIS. This is how to get started playing CIS and droids video. Just before we get into the main part of this, we're going to be talking a little bit about our ongoing giveaway. So here we go. Today, we are going to be talking about the giveaway we have going on, which is basically we are giving away some alternate art cards, and the ones we're giving away right now are the Fifth Brother and second sister, seventh sister, and the Inquisitors. We're going to give those away when that pack is released, when that is released in Canada. So when I get my hands on it, I will do a video and we'll do the giveaway for that. And there's lots of entries. Anybody who likes, subscribes, and comments on any of the videos until they get that pack, we'll have an entry into that. We're also going to give away some dice and a few other Legion Outpost things, just so if you feel like you didn't get the big prize, well, you might have an opportunity at a smaller prize. And I really love these alternate art cards. They're really good. They are just amazing what they look like. And so it's always nice that when we can able to get away something that is nice and it looks cool on the table and it just helps us play. It's not going to change the way you play things, but it's kind of cool to have some alternate art cards. Well, let's get right to what we're going to be talking about today. We are going to be talking about how to get started in Legion using CIS or droids. Now, there is a lot of different ways of playing droids, and there is basically the first thing you can do to get started in anything is think about what you're going to buy. Well, there's two ways of getting into Legion with the droids. There is the Battle Force, which is the Separatist Invasion Force, and then there's the core box. No matter what you're going to be, when you're buying into any faction in Legion, you're going to be looking at the core box or its Battle Force. And it's kind of like, how are we going to do this? Now, this one here, I recommend probably buying the Battle Force, because everything you get in the Battle Force is also in the core box. So there's a lot of overlap. Now, if you do buy one core box and a Battle Force, you are still going to have pretty good playability. You'll have all the droidicas you can get. You'll have 6 units of B1s. You'll have everything that comes in the Battle Force, which we'll get to that, but you'll have 2 General Grievuses. You can model them 2 different ways, one with the pistol, one with the 4 lightsabers. It's not useless to have 2 of them, but here's the problem. Unless you're sharing the core box with somebody, you found somebody who's going to share the core box with you, and you're going to get the dice and stuff, the core box isn't really worth it for the way you're going to play the droids. So you're better off to buy the Battle Force and the card pack and the Essentials kit. You could, even if you wanted to, look for some B1s elsewhere, because you can get B1s. Now, why do I say it's better to get the Battle Force? Well, let's take a look at exactly what you're getting with the Battle Force. So what you're getting, and I know you're not getting the commander, I just put him there because I think he's really important to this whole faction. What you're getting with the core box and the Battle Force is you're getting the tank, which is really nice. It looks really good on the thing. I have 2 of them. I love them on the thing. I don't have a core box. I mean, one of these Battle Force, I never bought them that way. So I really actually spend extra money. But I got my tank and stuff from somebody, so I got them really cheap. But you're getting 2 droidicas, you're getting 4 units of B1s, you are getting Magna Guards, and you're getting the extra cards, the cool looking cards. So here's the thing. It's probably the best way to buy them, because in most lists that are going to be really competitive, and I say this and then on my list have them included that I put later in the game, later in this video. Most lists that are going to be competitive are going to include some sort of Magna Guards. Magna Guards are really good, and you're going to want 2 to 3 of them. So if you buy a box, you already start with one. The good thing about this, you could only go there and have 2 units of Magna Guards because it comes with 6 actual Magna Guards in a unit. Well, not in a unit, but in the box set. And then you get 3. But you're probably going to want to make some with these beautiful gun. This gun is amazing. It's the best way to get a bazooka in the game or a rocket launcher in the game. It comes with critical 1 and impact 2, and this one doesn't exhaust, so they can actually shoot it twice. This is a great weapon. So usually when I do play Magna Guards, I put this weapon on them, and so they're usually being used more at range. So that's kind of the way I use them. But they're also really good up close, as you can see here in the card. And they also have Guardian Leader, which is really handy. So they are a great card. I'm not going to break down the Magna Guards here, but that's why I would recommend buying the Invasion Force. You just get a better starting point. So if you're getting into CIS or droids, it's a great way to start. The Magna Guards are really decent, as I said. And the other thing that you must have if you're going to be into droids, these are must-have units that I think you should take buy. I think you need to buy the card pack. Why do you think you need to buy this card pack? Is because you need the bounty hunters. I think Cad Bane is almost a must-have for droids. I put him in a lot of lists. There's also Bosk and other things in there. There's a lot of good things in that card pack. But Cad Bane, you get this card right here, which makes it worth it. He's a great leader. And with Danger Sense 3, Independent Dodge 2, he's pretty good. Sharpshooter and Steady. Those are all good keywords. Jump is a good keyword too. Bounty, always a good keyword, especially if you're trying to build Argitech with double bounty. Bounty just gives you another opportunity to win the game. It gives you a great opportunity to reward. He has some amazing command cards. His 3-pip is really good. It lets you be able to play the board a bit and kind of set up some defensive things on some different missions and stuff. But also a card that's sometimes overlooked, Electro Gauntlets. It is 4 red, which is good in melee, but the biggest thing is it's Immobilize 3. No matter who it hits with Immobilize, it's going to stop them. Other Immobilize is 1, it slows them down. 2 can stop most units, but 3 is guaranteed to stop every unit. Now, one of the things I say in every build that I could pretty much do that I can, unless I'm doing a battle force that doesn't allow them, I use a super tactical droid. Personally, I like this one the best, Kalani, and he's got strategize 2. This is why I like it. You gain a suppression and you give out a dodge and a aim to 2 different units. It's really good. But direct AI units, always good. It keeps you getting your orders to you want. You should pretty much, when you're playing CS, have pretty much total order control. And so when you have Cad Bane, one thing that I like to do with Cad Bane, you'll see later, is I like to give him the opportunity to pass his order through his comm slot so that he doesn't have to get it. That way he still gets his incredible independent dodge 2, and it keeps the order control going. So this is the way I like to use, and I think they're very important. A few other must-have or should have in most CSI, if you're playing, this is something you should buy, is this pack right here, the Separatist Specialization Pack. It comes with your T-Series, which is really good if you're playing your B2s. Putting those guys in there with that range 3 gun gives them an extra range 3 red dice, which is kind of cool. I recommend 2 or 3 of these, probably maybe even 4. I only have 3 of them right now, but you put in a worker droid there, and that worker droid is really powerful because it helps you heal droids or vehicles. So it repairs them too. So it just keeps the droids coming and keeps them coming and coming and coming. I've never used a medical droid. I do use a little floating droids sometimes for cheap, because it's only a 6 points and it gives you some observation tokens. It's pretty good, but you will definitely use a T battle series droid in either a leader or in with the B2s. They're great with the B2s. So those are kind of the things that I kind of say, well, maybe you should think about if you're getting. So there's very strong consideration. So the other strong consideration I think you should think about, especially if you're going to be playing the experimental droids list, I think the best unit to use in experimental droids list, this is all my opinion, remember, you can disagree, but my favorite thing about experimental droids list is being able to really get your commando droids into the battlefield. And I think that 2 packs of commando droids, one will do if you just want a strike force. Now all commando type units in the game come with a strike force and a full unit, and you can just buy one and get a strike force. But I find that these are best used as full units. So you can see the 2 cards. I like the full units of them. There's 4 of them. They are pretty, they got red defense, but you don't see a lot of in the Separatist faction, other than Manga Guards too. You also have Impervious on them, and this is just a really great unit, and there's lots of ways of making them up. I personally like using the snipers with them and the shields, giving you a nice extra shield too with a good recharge. So it's not a bad recharge because you can just get the shields back. And it just makes them live a little longer. And I don't use them as a long range sniper. Actually, I use the just for the update on the 2 red dice. I really like that rather than the white dice. They have range 3, so I actually shoot with them and move them and keep moving them into battle and start getting my white ones. Now, if you are going to use them as a close range melee unit, drop the swords on them. Now, like other units, sometimes you just get one guy who gets this, but this actually upgrades all, because it's a weapon, so it upgrades all so all 4 of your guys will have a red and white in melee, which is pretty good. And if you have this gun on it, it'll actually be all 5 of your guys, or you can drop the the mines on them and have the same thing for 2 points cheaper. You just lose that forward shooting, but you gain a detox mine, which the problem with those are, and all mines, I find the problem is it takes an action to do it. So with the game only having 12 actions in a game, unless you can give it free actions to do it, it's hard to use mines, and that's why I don't think mines get used very often. But here the sword, it makes a really close, good melee unit, because a red and white on 5, that's 10 dice, that's 5 red and 5 white, and they surge to hit, which is a pretty good smacky unit. They can get in your face and smack you up a bit. So let's take a look at some of the lists that I would build. This is the way I build them. This is not necessarily the best list. It's not necessarily it's just my personal opinion, the way I like to play them. So here we go. We're going to first take a look at a list here, which is the Separatist Battle Force list, which I actually don't play. But if I was going to build it and play it, this is how I would do it. You got General Grievous. He's always nice and good. I think if you're playing General Grievous, you probably want aggressive tactics. Tenacity's always good. His gun now is free, so it's really good. Steam Leader just to help keep him. Now you have to take a tank in this Battle Force, so I put a tank in. I don't usually actually play with my tank very often. They look really good, but the way that cover is right now, I don't find it that productive. You don't have to put droidicas in, but I put 2 of them. They're basically walking walls, and they're pretty good unit overall. And then because you can take lots of B1s, and pretty much that's all you can take in this list out of the core units, then you will drop in a lot of B1s. And I just like medics, and the rockets are good too here, but if you're going to take B1s, you're going to want to give them order, so you have this H key uplink, and having the OM droid on it gives them a little further range so that you can give orders out and keep your order control a little farther. So that's the first list. It's not a list that I personally played, so I can't say you that it's a great list. For sure, it is a good list, but I can't say, wow, this is the best list I've ever played, because I've never played that list. Now, this is something I do play. This is the extra battle force. This is experimental droids battle force, and I love this list. This experimental droids is my favorite way to play droids. I think pretty much, in my opinion, it's one of the only ways to play uh, the droids. And the thing about like this is those getting those tokens on your leader that can help you get an extra aim, get you dodge, get you speed up movement. All these different things you can do with it is very powerful and very helpful for a lot of your missions. And I didn't give you missions or command cards because this is just a big breakdown of a list basically. And so as I said, I really like Kalani, and Kalani I think plays really well with experimental droids and aggressive tactics. You're going to be giving him mostly orders from him on every card. I believe I can give from him, and that way you are going to get a few more surges out there, and surges always help droids. Then you're going to get a couple healing droids, B1s with healing droids. The B1s are there because they can pass orders, but not only that, healing droids are really good. So then we're going to go with super battle droids, and I play two of them build with the T1 battle droid in them. I like this. It gives you a range shot at range 3 with 2 red, a black, and a white, and it allows you to have no cover, because that has blast, which is pretty good. That's 4 dice with no cover at range 3, which is not bad. It's a pretty good hitting unit. If you can get a range 2, then you get all the other droids, white and black, added to that, which is pretty good. I like this unit in particular for hostage exchange. If you want to shoot with the hostage exchange, you don't always want to do that, but it's a pretty big hitter for anything that comes at them. Then you just have a droid battle B2 with a medical droid, which is kind of the way that you can build things, and then a T series to make sure that everybody can get orders, and then a BX droid commandos, and this is the sniper one with the duck and cover and the shields, just to give them a good chance of staying alive, and then 2 droidicas, which I usually march up with the BX commando droids. That's just kind of the way I like to play it, and so this is I said I got a few lists. Well, I have 3 lists for you today, and this is going to be looking at the third list. And the third list is just Cad Bane. Now, I normally wouldn't put the tank in here. I would act for more activations. I like lots of activations. 9 activations is good, but I wanted to put the tank in because I figured I recommended you buying that battle force, and so you're going to have the tank. And so Cad Bane is just a very useful thing, and it's very basic. Once again, it's Kalani. Kalani can be giving aims and dodges to your battle tank. I have it the OM series droid, so that if he gets it, he can pass the onto any other thing. It keeps your chain going. So everybody should have an order every round except for Cad Bane, who doesn't want orders because he wants your dodge too. So I have close-up personal on him. This is the way I kind of run them. Comms relay to get rid of that order. Prepare supplies just in case somebody gets you before you get your dodges in any circumstance. Your electro gauntlets, you can go without them, but I really like them. If you're going to keep them at range and shoot them, then you don't need to do that, and you can put points somewhere else. 3 of these rocket launchers with 3 healer droids, always a good thing. And then just in case, the OM battle droid with the HQ uplink and a portable scanners. He's basically going to be giving orders and giving some dodges out. And then you have just a battle droid, 2 of them with 2 extra battle droids, and they're the ones that are just going to be taking your VAPs and stuff, staying at the back. You might get a lucky crit here and there. I find that when you roll 7 white dice, you tend to get at least 1 or 2 crits, which makes them just a good crit fishing unit. But the other thing is you got aggressive tactics, because he's going to be giving out all the orders except for when Cad Bane gives out orders. It's good. You can lose that and get an extra gun if you want on one of your battle droids, and that's fine either way. Commanding presence, because he's going to be ordering your guys at a range. And so that's just kind of how I play my B1s. Now, you don't have to play your B1s like that. You don't have to play your droid army like that. You can play anything the way you want to. And that's the thing about this game. You have the opportunity to kind of build and make things the way you want. And really building your list is part of the fun. It's the best part of the game. Building your list, getting them on the game, strategizing with other about how you're going to do things. I find is one of the really best ways to play or have fun in this game. And I find that the CIS and droids are a very fun way to play a Legion. And they are not always the most competitive because they are very dice swingy. So when your dice are going good, they're really good. And that's why I think the Separatist Battle Force, not the Battle Force, the Separatist, the Battle Force that is the experimental droids gives you a bit of mitigation to your dice problem. And so I think that it's a really good way to play them. Gives you a couple extra dice, a black and white when you're throwing dice from range. I just like it as a way of helping you hit a little harder and stay alive a little bit better. And so if I'm going to play them, I'd be playing experimental droids. But all that said and done, the list links will be in the bottom. Discord link will be in the bottom. If you made it this far, thank you for doing this. Please like, subscribe, and become part of our group of Legion. And if you want to be involved in Discord, there is a link in there to join our Discord, and it's just a fun, family-friendly Discord. It's not the most active Discord. I'm always on it, but if you get involved, you'll make it more active. And we post lists there. We post videos there. We post our paintings, and we get to show off what we paint. And when we actually go to topics for our podcasts that we're doing, we'll take them from the Discord, but also we'll show off some of your paintings and different things like that. We're really just wanting to build a community, and hope you do too. May the Force be with you, and I will see you next time. Please take the time to like and subscribe, and we will love to chat with you in the future. And this is the end. I know I'm starting to get a little rambly, so goodbye and see you later.